Well, welcome to Dig In. I'm your host, MJ, and with summer right around the corner, Keith has taken advantage of the summertime and he's gone on vacation. But with summer also comes Colorado fresh produce, and we are here at Tony's Meat Market in Castle Rock, one of my absolutely favorite stores, where Mick is going to show us all of the fresh produce that's available that's coming to the store, and more importantly, exactly how to pick it. I think he's already doing some shopping. Hey, Mick, what do you got your hands on now?
Got us some
fresh corn.
Just came in from the farmer in Pueblo.
I love the fresh corn, and one of the products that is my favorite to buy in the store because it's so hard to grow at home because you would need to have so many rows and rows and rows of corn. But when this comes into the stores, I'm never quite sure exactly how you're going to pick the corn.
Well, the most important thing with corn is freshness. Corn is very high in sugar, so the longer the corn sits out, the warmer it gets and more sugar it loses. Next thing is going to be maturity. You want to look for ears of corn that are very mature. These are all the way down, they're thick all the way down. These are nice mature ears of corn for early season. They get bigger as the season goes on with more heat.
So you want some good shape to them, some good size.
Yes, freshness and good size.
Okay, now how important is it? Do you need to peel it off to look at it, or is you can just do it with the outer edge on it?
Well, you can do it by eye, absolutely, but most stores don't mind if you go ahead and pull back and look at it. It's mature all the way down to the end. It's not shriveled or dried out from sitting too long.
Now, corn, when is its ripe season? When are we going to be looking for this in the stores?
Corn's going to
start from now until.
Yeah, it's going to start mid-June and then run right through the end of the right through fall.
Oh, fantastic. Now, you've got some beautiful colors here. A lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. What are we looking at?
Well, some beautiful things. The melons just started coming from Rocky Ford. Rocky Ford is the best melons in the world. They're starting to do a lot more seedless melons now, and these seedless watermelons have been beautiful. They're not too gigantic. You don't have to, commit 2 men to help carry your watermelon home. They're smaller. You test it. You give it a little pat.
Give it a little pat?
Give it a little pat.
Oh, so you can actually kind of hear that there's some air in there. You got a hollow sound to it. It's not solid.
Exactly. Look at that hollow sound, but a nice heavy melon. Nice and heavy, good hollow sound, and nice and firm.
Well, and what's difficult here in Colorado, especially on the Front Range, our season sometimes is so short. You can get some fruit, but you can't get a lot. That's why the Western Slope produces such great fruits. They have a longer growing season than we do.
Right. The Western Slope is great for the tree fruits. The southern part of the state is where we get all these melons, like Rocky Ford's way down south. This is a beautiful example. This is the premium cantaloupe you can get, and we test this. Just give it a little push. It's soft. It gives a little bit on the end here. We got a nice color, and I also smell it. And if it smells, you can get a good smell of the fruit.
Does it matter where you smell it? Because I thought my grandmother always taught me to smell it right here on the end.
Ideally, the soft end away from the stem is where it's going to ripen the most.
I love the fresh fruit. Now, you've also got some of my favorite, looks like you've got some peaches and apricots.
Yes, apricots are rare for Colorado. They usually freeze in the spring. We get too much cold weather and the buds freeze, but this has been the best apricot year. And I've got 2 apricot trees that are loaded at home right now.
We did have a good spring for fresh fruit, even here on the Front Range.
Yes. We also get peaches from Ela Farms, organic farms in Hotchkiss, but it's the same thing we're looking for. We're looking for maturity in the fruit, where it's gotten to a nice color. We can turn it over and see just a fade of green here. They like to pick with just a little green so that they get to the market without being squished. The key is to get them ripe. I like to put them in a paper bag on the counter so they can finish softening up.
So we're not supposed to shove these in the refrigerator?
No, you don't want to refrigerate peaches. They come in just a touch green, and then you can finish them at home. Otherwise, they get all smashed. But put them in a paper bag, 2, 3, 4 days, depends on how ripe they are.
Why the paper bag?
Well, what it does is it concentrates the ethylene gas, which is naturally produced on there. And if you want to speed it up, put a banana in the bag.
You're like a science guy. So I love the fruits, but you've got a whole bouquet of vegetables for us as well.
Absolutely. Again, most of our vegetables come from Pueblo. A lot will come from Hotchkiss area as well. Green beans are amazing. Every single year we have great luck with green beans. Muso's family farm grows most of our produce.
What else do you have here?
Well, bell peppers are coming in now. Bell peppers, when you get them fresh, they're particularly good. The squashes, we get the calabacitas, these little round squash from Carl Muso. They're amazing. But also the yellow squash, the zucchinis, the hard squashes will come later. The onions, now this is a Vidalia seed onion. Muso grows those from the Vidalia seeds. Amazingly sweet, just amazingly sweet. You'd be surprised how much sugar's in those.
So these, the fruits you talked about putting in paper bags, the peaches, but these, we can throw all this in the fridge?
Yes, all this should go in the refrigerator as quick as you can. Keep things as cold as you can. 40 degrees would be ideal. And things like squashes, if you're planting the squashes like zucchinis and yellow squash, I say cut them as early as you can because they get so giant and they're better when they're small. Cut them
Do
aggressively.
they lose flavor as they get bigger?
The younger, the better. When they get, this is about as big as I like to go when I grow them at home. They're so prolific. Cut them when they're little. Cut them. They're still coming, and they're going to keep
Oh
coming.
no, these are one of the ones that's easy. Gets those nice big foliage. But what's hard for some people, if you have a smaller home, these need a lot of room to grow because those vines get really large. You can grow these even in a pot on the back patio, but you've got to have some room for those vines to spread.